Hey there, and welcome to Cobblemon, a Minecraft mod that turns Minecraft into a Pokemon mod, but like the Pokemon instead actually have a very Minecrafty style, which looks pretty damn cool. I really like it. In this video, we're going to be exploring my single player world and see what kind of Pokemon we can find and what they look like in the environment. Now, I don't typically do like Minecraft Let's Plays, and this is not going to be a Minecraft Let's Play. It's more like a exploration of what Cobblemon has to show us within the game. And I'm going to kind of like do my best to show you everything that's involved in a Cobblemon experience. But doesn't this view just look amazing though? This is an amplified world, by the way. And we're, of course, using Silder shaders. If you are interested in installing Cobblemon as well as the Silder shaders mod to get your game to look somewhat like this, you can check some videos linked in the description down below to see how I did this. Of course, when you start the game, you do get to pick a starter Pokemon out of many different starter regions, which you saw in my previous video. But if you go ahead and press the R key, you can actually bring this Pokemon out into the real world. Like here is Litten, my level 10 Litten starter Pokemon from the Alola region. And it's pretty cool that it will actually follow you within the world too. And this is actually a mechanic that you can use to raise friendship with the Pokemon, because some Pokemon require a higher friendship in order to evolve, which is pretty cool. So the game is very much like Pokemon in a sense with how the Pokemon behave. Look how cool this is. We got Swinubs sliding on the ice, so they only spawn probably in ice kind of like frozen lakes like this. So different Pokemon will only spawn in different types of environments throughout the world. Like you can see here, there's some Stantlers and there's some Swinubs. And obviously to catch them, you just create Pokeballs and you just throw your Pokeballs at them, but you can also battle them. Like this is a level 7. We press R to battle. It starts a battle here. If you press R again, you can move around and you can basically, like position yourself for the fight. Your Pokemon are still in battle, as you can see from the HPs at the top left and the top right of the screen. If you press R again, you'll go back to into the battle mode here and you go fight, and we can go ahead and go Ember, use a move or something like this, or you can actually go ahead and try catch it and it will throw a Pokeball. Well, you have to throw a Pokeball and you actually just get a chance here to just like be like kaboom. And let's see if we catch it. And that is literally how we're gonna try catch a Swinub. It's probably gonna catch. It's level 7. Easy catch, nice. So that was actually a battle catch, but you can actually still throw Pokeballs like this out in the wild as well to try catch any Pokemon. But balls are not as frequent as one might like, and they're also not guaranteed to catch Pokemon. Like the Stantler here escaped from my ball, so that means I already lost one ball, one quick ball, and this was probably not an easy ball to get. Like you recall, I did spawn this in. Now, in terms of the items that the game brings into the game, you can actually go into your, like, for example, we're in creative mode right now, and we press this little page button, boom, it changes to different tabs. Like here, you can get all the different Pokeballs and the catch rates that each one represents. So I'm just going to quickly go through these so you can see which ones. This one we actually can't tell what it is because the text is so long. It's weird. This is 2 times the water times, and you can see here there's all different kinds of rules on these different balls. Some of them are going to be a lot harder to get than others, and some of them are great for catching Pokemon. Like, for example, Quick Ball is 5 times effective on the first turn of a battle if you're in a battle and you throw the ball immediately. There's also evolution items to actually evolve your Pokemon, and you can see here there's a bunch of these different things like you can use for certain Pokemon that require them to evolve. Obviously, you just give the Pokemon the held item. Obviously, you just use this item with the Pokemon and it will help them evolve, which is pretty damn cool. And you can actually get these by mining them within the world or just getting them as drops from defeating certain Pokemon, which is pretty cool too. There's also medicine, so things like rare candy to give a level up to any of your Pokemon. You get XP candies in the world. That's pretty damn cool. You get the calcium and stuff, and your proteins to EV train your Pokemon. So if you're quite familiar with Pokemon, you'll know that these are for increasing your EVs, which in turn give you stats for various things in the game. Like HP up will give you 10 EVs for HP for your Pokemon. Carbos will be for speed. Calcium will be for special attack. Iron is for defense. Protein is for attack. And zinc, I believe, is for special defense. And then it goes further into held items, actual held items that your Pokemon can hold that will affect them in battle. For example, leftovers, which there is a funny thing, is if you eat an apple, there is a small chance of that apple giving you a leftovers, which is basically a half-eaten apple as an item. So you can actually gain this just by eating regular apples in the game. So it's pretty cool. We're in the tree lines here. I see something over there. Is that a pineco? It is. Pineco. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Like pineco, pineco. Pineko. Like, could be the Japanese pronunciation. Who knows, right? So what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna battle this one here, and we're gonna go straight for a fight. Now it is level 13. We're level 10. It's not the greatest setup we've got going over here, but let's give it our best shot here. We're gonna start out with an Ember. Looks like we get a nice. Oh, we're dead. It used self-destruct, and that killed us immediately, and both of them are dead. So that completely sucks. So there are two ways of healing up your Pokemon. The first and easiest way is probably by just having a bed and sleeping. When you sleep and you make it to a new day, all your Pokemon will be refreshed and, revived and healed up. Not entirely all the way, but it will revive them. As you can see here, my Litten is now at half HP and would still require healing up a further way, but at least you kind of revive it by sleeping. And of course, you can press the letter M to open up this little menu here, and you can see your Pokemon specifically, like, what their species are, their type, original trainer, which is kind of odd because it's probably us, but this is probably more for multiplayer of like who caught this Pokemon originally, which in this case would be me. But you'll also have info like its nature, its ability, some experience points that it has, the amount of experience points it needs to its next level. You can give it a held item over here. You can check its moves. Now, this is a cool little section over here. When you press this little icon next to it here, this will actually allow you to browse other moves that you're allowed to use, and you can go ahead and change that move for this. If you just right-click a move, you'll be able to read what the move does. You can see here it has accuracy at 100%. The effect is over here. The power, like amount, the damage amount, for example, if we click Ember, does 40 damage. The effect is 10% chance for leaving a burn. So it means you have a 10% chance of burning the target after using Ember on them. So as you level up your Pokemon, you will get better and stronger moves that you can replace and use on your Pokemon. So this is something you need to keep a track of so that you use some good moves. You can also check your stats, and you go here like your basic stats, like how your attack is. You can see our nature is, well, in giving us a 10% increase to attack and a 10% decrease to speed. Our IVs are shown over here. Not the greatest IVs. It's not a full 6 best IVs Pokemon. A best IV Pokemon will be one that has 31 in every single slot. 31 is the highest it will go. EVs, you can see here the EVs, these go up as you battle random Pokemon in the world. The highest you can get for a single stat is 252. And in total, you're not allowed more than 510 across the board. But there are EV training items in the game that you can use to raise some stats to make like perfectly competitive Pokemon. If you click base, this is going to show you the base stats of your Pokemon. So you can see, like, for example, Litten has speed as its highest stat. And its attack and its special attack are also pretty good. So overall, it's a very fast and strong Pokemon. If you haven't noticed at all, our Litten has actually been healing over time this entire time that we've been showing you and talking about the Litten. So it heals over time as long as the Pokemon is alive. And that is a Ghastly over here. Hey, how you doing, buddy? You want to battle? You want to go? Let's do it. Let's battle. Let's go ahead. We're going to fight you. Ember, kaboom. Does about 70 damage. We're going to fight you again, Ember. We're going to win this fight easily with the nice Ember over here. 10% HP. Let's go give you a nice little scratch, and that should take you down. It did nothing. That's great. Oh, our Pokemon is sleeping, which you can note by the sleeping effect over here, and it also started raining. We finally woke up and we managed to defeat Ghastly, and we won the fight, gaining 294 experience, which levels up our Litten from level 10 to level 11, which is pretty cool. Now, another way to heal your Pokemon is actually by making the healing machine. The healing machine is actually quite simple to make. So if you look here quickly, this is how you craft the healing machine, just with 5 iron ingots and 2 copper ingots is what I'm trying to say. To craft a healing machine, and then to craft a PC, you just need 4 iron ingots and then 2 glass blocks at the top, and you can create the PC. I'm going to go show you how these two work now. All right, so back to the game. So this is the healing machine as we showed you. We saw how you crafted it. Now all you have to do is right-click this here. It will put all the Pokemon balls that are in your party in here, and it will heal them all up fully. Like insanely, it will also give them their PP back for their moves, so you can use their moves, because the moves do run out when you battle a lot. So if you're going to be playing this mod, this machine and the PC are going to be things that you need a lot. So the PC, it looks like this, and basically this is your boxes, right? If you've ever played Pokemon before, you'll have a ton of boxes here. You start out with, I think, 32 of them, 30 of them, sorry. just 30 of them. And here you can actually store your Pokemon. For example, if I don't want to use Swinub in my party, I'm just going to put him here, and this will store him for if I need him at a later date. You can break your box over here and you can take it somewhere else and still be able to access all your Pokemon wherever you need them. Like let's say you find a Pokemon in the wild that you need to battle and you need a specific type of Pokemon, you just go like that, boom, and drag it back into your party just like that. So the boxes, the PC is pretty damn cool. So these are two essential items you're going to need the entire time. Now, while we're looking at the recipes for things in this game, I should probably show you this as well. This is how you craft all of the different types of Pokeballs within the game. You can see here, Pokeballs are quite easy to make. You just need the red apricorns and one copper ingot in the middle. And you can see how this recipe changes for all the different ones here, obviously getting harder as it goes down. Now, I'm sure you've probably already looked all the way down to the bottom, looking at the Master Ball here, looking at some of those really tough to get nether items, like the Nether Star. Of course, this is going to be tough to get because the Master Ball is a guaranteed catch rate for whatever you throw this ball at. So whatever this ball is thrown at is going to be instantly caught. There's not going to be a fail or anything. Okay, so back to apricorns, where I showed you how to craft all the different types of Pokeballs. There are different trees in the world that will actually have the apricorns on them, and harvesting them gives you a chance of getting a seed to craft a tree that crafts those same apricorns. Like you can see here, this tree has the like brown ones that don't do anything, but you have a red one over here that you can go, and these are the red apricorns that we use to craft red Pokeballs. So if we just do like this and we just go harvest these here, there is a chance to get the seeds to craft another tree so that we can go ahead and farm these at home. But you're going to be looking for these trees out in the wild and basically harvesting them to get the apricorns. And you can track their growth by looking at here. This one has been freshly harvested. You can see here, this one is just about to grow into a full one. So you can see like how close it is until you can harvest it so that you can make yourself more Pokeballs. We've got a Geodude over here as well. Look at it. It's doing like a roll mechanic, dude. That is so cool that they're adding like animations to the Pokemon in the game. So like obviously the mod is being like, it's a work in progress and is changing as it goes. But this is so cool. And I'm so excited to see more of it. So you can see here, when you miss with your Pokeball, it lands on the ground and you can just pick it up again. So it's not like it breaks. It only gets broken if you don't catch the Pokemon that you threw it at. Now, you'll probably notice that I have Litten still out roaming around here with me in the open world, but if you want to change your Pokemon, for example, like I'm going to press R to bring it back, you can use the up and down arrows on your keyboard to change and select the different Pokemon. Like we can go Mulga over here and press R and throw it down. And now it's out, and this is our one over here, and you're also able to throw out your whole party of Pokemon like this. Like literally, I'm throwing every single one that I have out, and they'll just follow me. Like, check this. I got like my whole little army over here, like all 4 of them following me, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and look in the water. There are also water Pokemon in this game, in Minecraft. So you'll see here, if I go ahead and I swim around a bit, let's see if we can find one there. That is not a normal Minecraft mob. This is a Pyukumukuku. Dude, I can't say this thing's name. Pyukumukuku. Shit, I'm drowning. Oh my god. But anyway, there are Pokemon in the water as well that you're able to catch. Oh, there's a seal over there. I'm drowning again. And there's also a bunch of, I think these are just regular fish. Now, if you find your held items or your XP candies or rare candies, in order to use them, all you have to do is press R, throw your Pokemon out into the world, and then you just right-click them with the item, and you'll see this one went from level 14, I think, to level 31. And you can keep doing this to level them up as many of the XP candies that you have. Right now, I spawn in a bunch of them, so you're probably not going to have this many yourself. And you can do this with all your other Pokemon like this. Like let's get Litten all the way up to like, like there, right? And we're going to bring it back, and now I'm going to show you how to evolve it. We press the M key, we go to Litten, and you'll see there is an evolve key right over here, and we're going to evolve it into Torracat. Boom. Advancement mode, right? And then we can actually change it, spawn it in again, and you can see here it's got the whole different little like body and stuff. It looks so cool. Let's evolve it one more time, and kaboom, into Incineroar. And now that is massive. Look how crazy this thing is. Incineroar is an absolute monster of a beast of a Pokemon that is definitely very, very cool and strong. So that is how to evolve and use XP candies and items for your Pokemon. So in order to give a Pokemon a held item, all you have to do is crouch and then right-click the Pokemon, and this little button over here will allow you to give them that item to hold. So we just gave Incineroar the leftovers item to hold, and you can see here at the top left over there in the little the preview on the left of the screen, it has the item there like shown as the icon of what it's holding. If you want the item back, you just have to look at them, crouch, right-click, and you can take the item back just the same way you gave it to them. So remember, just crouch and right-click to do that. There's also another feature within the game with these shoulder pads. You can actually carry some Pokemon on your shoulders within the game, and not only is that cute and cool, they will actually give you in-game buffs that are relevant to Minecraft. 3 of these Pokemon are Pikachu, Wooper, and Joltik, right? And all you have to do, much like how you give held items to Pokemon, you just have to sneak or crouch, and then you just right-click the Pokemon, and you'll see this icon over here that points at the shoulder. Boom. Now it's on my shoulder. You can see here, they're literally on my shoulder right now. There is a Wooper on my shoulder, and that is the coolest thing ever. But if we go into our inventory, you'll see here we have water breathing too, which means we can breathe underwater with Wooper on our shoulder. So that is so cool. If you want to get the Pokemon off of your shoulder, all you have to do is select them in your party with the arrow keys like this, and then you just press the R key to just despawn them so that they leave your shoulder and go back into your Pokeball. For Pikachu, if you put this one on your shoulder, it's going to look like this. You have a Pikachu on your shoulder, and this is like the coolest thing ever as well. And this one is going to give you speed too. So it's going to make you have haste, or speed, I mean. Now, if we go over here to Joltik, let's go ahead and sneak, right-click, and put this one on our shoulder. You'll also notice that you can have more than one pet on your shoulders. You can have 2 of them. So I have Joltik and Pikachu, one on each shoulder, and I can experience both of their buffs. So we have Haste 2 from Joltik, and we have Speed 2 from Pikachu. So I think this is a really cool addition to the game with shoulder pads and giving them buffs that are Minecraft specific. So it makes you really want to go ahead and collect all the Pokemon for this very reason. Now, if you want to play around in creative mode and, just get all the Pokemon, there is a command. If you type /give, you can do give all Pokemon, will give you every single Pokemon, or you can just do give Pokemon to get specific Pokemon like Pikachu or Wooper, like Joltik, any specific Pokemon that you want if you feel like that's the one you want to start with in the game. However, this is kind of like cheating though. But let's go ahead and give all Pokemon, and this is literally going to give us all Pokemon. And when we go into our PC, over here, you'll see every single Pokemon level 10 in the Pokédex that is available for the game so far. So you can see here, these are every single one of the Pokemon that you'll be able to find within Cobblemon, the Minecraft mod over here. There is quite a bunch of them. So you have a nice 12 boxes, 12, well, it's 11 and a half boxes full of Pokemon that you can get within the game, which is fantastic. And this is really cool. Within Cobblemon, you should also know there is, in fact, shiny Pokemon, and they are incredibly rare, but you can get shiny Pokemon as well as the regular formed Pokemon, which makes this so damn cool. And this is a great mod, guys. So before I say goodbye to you guys, I want you to tell me which is your favorite Pokemon and why it is Lucario. And thank you so much for watching.